Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? So remember to mind your mind. My mind is quantum. It's powerful. It's powerful. There's my shirt. Go get yours. It's powerful. It's powerful. It's all about your mind. Mind your mind. So I basically, you say, finally figured it out, right? And this is what I want to help you guys today with to understand. I want to teach you something very profound that if you start to apply this, your life will become much, much better. You'll be able to achieve anything you want, and it's really this simple. So first of all, let me begin to ask, to put forth a statement to you that did you know that you, right now, you have all the tools you need to make a marvelous life. Everything that you want to create has already been instilled in you even before you got here. The problem or the issue is, guys, is that we haven't figured out how to get out of our own way. See, the biggest block in your life right now is you. In particular, your ego, your conscious mind. It prevents you from getting what you want. How does it prevent you from doing that? It creates resistance. It creates blockages. It creates worry. It creates doubt. It creates an illusion of a reality that isn't real for you or to you. Your ego is the biggest trickster that ever played you. It's the biggest game player on this planet right now. It's your ego. Yeah, your subconscious mind has a lot to do with it because it influences it. But let me show you how it works. And if you start to adopt this mindset, it'll be a game over for you. Okay, so life is really about a state of flow. Everything that ever has existed or ever been created is here in this moment right now. Granted, you may not be experiencing it or you may not be able to sense it. The reason is because our brains haven't developed to that level yet. There are other dimensions happening. There's other electromagnetic forces, X-rays, gamma rays. All these different forces are different forms of electrochemical or electromagnetic waves are going on. Wi-Fi, all these different energies are passing through you, neutrinos, but you cannot accept this. To be successful or to be the best of yourself, you have to be able to see the invisible. You have to be able to see the impossible and make it possible. If you can see the invisible, you can change the course of your life. The invisible is the other dimension that you have to tap in through mind's eye meditation, focus. That's where it all comes from. So what happens is we see the visible. Because we see the visible, we think we have obstacles. We create resistance. We listen to our minds because it's so logical and it's been helping us so long. But what we're really doing is we're really creating more problems for ourselves. So how do you fix this? How do you solve this? How do you know when you say you figured out? What are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about that if you start to just keep your mind tamed in the present moment of right now, because this is your point of power, then you will be in a state to accept all that you want. That's what I mean figuring out. Everything is tied to being present, to be engulfed in this very moment. There's nothing happening. When your mind jumps to the future or it jumps to the past, those two realities aren't even real. They don't have any point in this moment. The past and the future are all borrowed from right now. To repeat that, the past and the future have no realities of their own. All their realities is borrowed from this moment right here. So if you understand that, you can see that if I keep my mind here and now, then I'll be able to access that invisible world, that invisible dimension. Because all the information can only come to you if I'm here in this moment. It can't come to me when I'm in my mind going into the past or the future. I'll miss it. That's what I talk about, the impossible and the invisible, that you have to see the impossible and the invisible to become real so you can change your life. That's all it takes. You see, you got to understand how your mind works, your ego works. You see, your ego, it cannot stay in the present, because in the present is where infinite and everything is happening at once. You got to remember, you are part of everything. You know, the cells that make up your body are the same particles that make up everything, the sun, the star, everything in the universe. You're comprised of it. So in this very moment, you have exactly everything you desire. It's passing through you. It's a part of you. The only thing is you're not experiencing it right now because your mind is taking you away from the focus to create it. So if you start to adjust your thinking and understand, okay, I have to be present. So how do I become present? It takes practice, but a big step for you is to start to create a regimen or a routine. Rituals, routines, and habits. The first thing you got to start to do if you want to become more present is understand the fact how time works. That the past and the future is not right now. Everything is now. So if you start to pay more attention to what's happening right now, basically paying attention to what's happening is just one simple thing. How am I feeling? What am I thinking? Where am I thinking? That's it. If you start to monitor that, and if you don't like the way you're thinking, if you don't like the thoughts that are coming in, then you change it. You deliberately go into your mind and say, look, I want to think about this. I want to think about that. All right? And the next thing about figuring this thing out is if you do this, if you start to make sure every day that when you get up, that you always focus or you always think about the possibilities instead of the problems. If you start to think about what I'd like to see my life become, where I'd like to see my life go, the things I'd like to have in my life, if you start to do that, your brain does something crazy because it's been doing it all your life. Your brain will actually start to filter that very thought and make it a reality. Because if you don't know this, let me show you how your mind works and how your brain works. Your brain likes to be efficient and it likes to work smarter, not harder. So what your brain does, your brain gets all your reality, tries to put pieces together, makes the best guess of what things look like and how it should be. So the brain observes your dominant ritual or routine. What is this person doing every day? What is this person thinking about every day? Majority of people are thinking about what they don't want. They're thinking about the problems, why they can't get it, they're not good enough. So the brain sees that and says, okay, so let me just filter reality to match that. And that's what people get. What you think about, you're going to get the most of it in your reality. That's how reality works. Reality is like a film. It's an illusion. It's like a hologram. It's like a movie. So everything is playing. There's all these different events that could happen right now. There's all these probabilities and possibilities that exist for you. There's the dream life. It's all happening in this moment because it's all here. So what the brain does, the brain says, all right, this person is thinking about this. Let me make it easy for myself. So that's why you will get more of what you don't want. But again, if you do it this way, if you start to think about, all right, what's the possibility? What would this look like? How would this make me feel? What would happen to have this? What is this? If you keep your mind being an optimist every single day, your reality will start to create an optimistic reality. In other words, your brain will filter out the things that you don't want and bring into you the opportunities that you do want. There's actually verified scientific evidence that shows this how the mind works. Numerous studies have been done this way. So as you can see, your mind is just a projection and your reality just have all these different events that can happen, right? But the brain is selecting which one you're most comfortable with. And it's sad to say many of us are more comfortable with the bad ones because from our childhood we've been growing up and we've been developed to show that we're not good enough. We can't make it. It's just a lack. It's a struggle, and our subconscious mind takes that up. And that happens from what's called a prenatal state from 0 to 6. And you haven't developed what's called a critical faculty yet. So when you get to 8 years old, you start to think. But by that time, it's already too late. Your brain already has this map of reality in you. So, you go through life and you struggle. But all along, it was just you have to just get out of your own way by knowing how your mind works and using your deliberate actions in your head to create. Because, you know, as I said, my shirt, my mind is quantum, your mind is quantum, everything is quantum. Quantum, everything exists in superposition states. All possible outcomes exist. You just have to zoom in on which one you want to experience. So if you start to do that simple routine every day, focus on it, be more optimistic, focus on what you want, be more present, practice that will have a profound effect on your life. 100%. There you have it. Some insights to help you to take charge and be the best version of yourself. Thanks, guys.